gonna start.
No problem. That works for me.
And then he can just,
Kind of go through.
yeah, he'll be able to see what's what.
Okay. How's your week been, young lady?
More or less.
Good. Good. Next week is your last week of school?
Yes, Friday they'll be done. So are we gonna do a Saturday lesson on the 21st? Because I know you said, I think you said the 20th was where y'all are.
Yeah, what we'll probably do,
Well, we can squeeze them in Friday if you have it.
then that's what I was gonna say. I think Thursday and Friday for the district. I know they go to private school.
They get out at 12.
Yeah, good. They get out at 12. Yeah, it's the same thing for the
We
Goose
follow
Creek.
Goose Creek more or less.
Okay, yeah. So you can bring up. What I'll do is I'll have Brandy send out the message, letting my Saturday kids know that they can come in Thursday, Friday, and then she'll just basically schedule you guys.
Okay.
And she'll do that today. I'll text her probably around lunchtime. She's asleep. I know that she's asleep.
I'd be asleep too.
Yeah. So 12. Yeah, barely woke up this morning. Woke up at like 7. I was like, oh man, I gotta get to the studio for 8. Yeah, Saturdays are rough. And then I think I finish at like 4:30.
It's a long day. Yeah.
It is. It's like my longest day.
Well, yeah.
Fridays are long too, though. So.
Yeah, because after work, everyone can kind of stay out a little later because they don't have school the next day.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we talked about sharps go which way?
Sharp up,
Good. And flats.
down.
Yes, and you always want to think about them like that, right? Sharps go up, flats go down. Now, remember, up on the piano is this way, flat on the piano is this way, right? We talked about the idea of transposing, right? And remember, transpose just means to change the key, right? So if we played Mary had a little lamb, then we would change it to Mary had a little lamb, then change it to Mary had a little lamb, 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 right? That would be considered transposing. Say transpose.
Transpose.
That's going to be our transpose. Now, we worked and we talked about transposing heart and soul from the key of what? F
F major.
to
Sharp major.
very, very good. Exactly. Right? So let's try that, please. I want you to play it in F, and then we're going to change it to F sharp major. Go ahead. Use both hands. So you're going to play the song. You're going to play Heart and Soul? Go ahead.
The one you did for the show.
The one you did for the show. Awesome. Good. Very, very good. That's exciting. That's good. Right? Yeah. And so remember, if you're transposing the chords, then the melody also has to be transposed. So if this is the melody, right? We have to take all of those notes and move them each up 1/2 step, because we moved from here to here is a half step, right? So we'll start here. Does that make sense? We just have to transpose everything up. Really, really good. So make sure that you keep that in mind. Now, for chords, right, we have soprano, alto, and tenor. Soprano, alto, tenor. Right? Good. And then here we talked about this, right? And this is just a simple chord progression that we worked on, right? We said,
This is the same thing.
ah, yes, that is the same thing.
I have to make cheat sheets.
Oh, no, that's fine. So let's go ahead and try that. Do that for me, please. Good. Very, very good. Right? So what you wrote, right?
Everything goes down a half step. I
Everything
noticed,
does go down a
Every
half
finger,
step,
yeah.
right? That's just chords going down half step stuff, right? That's not this. It's close, but it's not exactly, right?
Oh, okay.
So the way that I like to explain it to people is this is the root of the chords that they're playing.
Okay.
These are the 7ths and 13th and 11s and 9s, etc., right? So what she's playing when she does this is she's doing, right? It just doesn't look like that because she's only playing really 3 notes, right? She's playing C, C, B flat, E flat,
Okay.
right? So most people would think, oh yeah, it's a, right? But if you play it as a B flat, then you would play it as a, right? That's kind of changing the chord. Yeah, that's a big chord, right? And then when you go to the F, you're actually just playing F7, right? When you go to the B flat, you're just playing B flat 7. And when you go to the E flat, you're playing E flat 7-ish, kind of, right? So it's not a big deal that you wrote it that way, but those are just, that's just a chromatic going down, right? It's not necessarily gonna match. But that's not what I want to teach her anyway. What we're really working on is arpeggios. Does that make sense? So just be careful when I write out things like that and I say, oh, this goes down half step, half step, half step. That's right for the thumb. But this is not a representation of the chords. Does that make sense?
Well, Jake had said that what he told me needed practice
Right,
was on the
right.
right hand was those chords.
Yes, the chords do need practice. But for her, I mean, so start it for me at the top. Do the first 3. So yes, that's a B flat chord. I want you to play B flat, C, and E flat together. Yeah, and then drop the pinky. I mean, drop the thumb. Play it together. Then do it again. Do it one more time. Then again. Good. Do that again. Start me from the top. C, E. C, E flat. C. Okay, good. Now you're gonna arpeggiate them. So play them 1 note at a time. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, do that again. Bum, bum, bum. Then do the same thing on A. Good. And next, same thing on A flat. Same thing on G. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna be working on, right? And that's called a what? Arpeggio. So the words that I want you to remember for this week, right? We are going to start on our arpeggios. That's going to be the base of what we're doing, right? When she plays any chord that's not a major or minor, I will not let her know that that's what she's playing. Does that make sense? So for instance, this, of course, we just talked about that's a C minor 7, right? But it's not going to be labeled like that. C being the 1, E flat being the 3, right? There's no G, it's just missing, right? But then you have the 7 in the B flat, right? So, right? And it's just flipped so the E flat is up here, inverted basically. Right? So you really get your name of the chords from the bass, right? And then you just match out everything else to make sense in thirds. So we're going to be working on our arpeggio. What song would you like to arpeggiate? Do you have a song that you like? What's your favorite song? Maybe we do a Christmas song? Jingle Bells? Or did you make a Christmas list of songs that you want to learn?
We talked about some, but we didn't make a list.
Okay, so you want to do Jingle Bells today? Okay.
Jingle Bells, Frosty. I know she likes Frosty.
Frosty?
Frosty.
You want to do Frosty? Okay.
She has a
So
little.
instead of Jingle Bells, you want to do Frosty or you want to do them both?
Both.
Oh, we'll try to do them both. Okay, so remember, the word for this week is arpeggio, right? We talked about transpose.
The first one, I want Frosty.
To be frosty? Okay, that's fine. We also touched on inharmonic just a little bit. She doesn't need to remember the jargon, but I want to introduce her to it. Right?
Yes.
You never know what's too easy and what's too hard for the young kids. Yeah, and so you just kind of have to, if it's too hard, it's something that we'll come back to. If it's too
We have
easy,
the spongiest of brains right now.
exactly. So frosty and Okay, so, do you have a key that you want to do Frosty? Pick a note. We'll start Frosty in that note. Oh, you want me to pick? You want me to pick? Okay. I see. Frosty.
Have her sing it.
Yeah, sing it.
Frosty the
Pick the
Snowman.
same note. Sing it again. You find it.
And it's just in her natural key that she wants to sing in. Works.
It works for you? Yes? Okay.
I brought my book. I have a book of Frosty the Snowman.
You do have a book with Frosty the Snowman in it?
Yeah, it's a board book that has like the lyrics and pictures to go with it. So it's just and we sing it when we read it. And I listen to Christmas music, so that's what's on in the truck all the
I
time.
see.
Do you know all the lyrics?
Do I know all the lyrics? I do not know all the lyrics. Frosty the Snowman.
Was a jolly happy song. With the corn cob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made of corn.
Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as you could be. And the children said he loved.
Have you played an E flat chord before? No? That's fine. We're going to learn it today. Right? We're going to learn E flat and A flat. Those will be our two dominant chords that we'll play. So, yes. So, right here, watch. 2 black keys on the outside, and then a white key in the middle. That's how we're going to do it. It's the same thing for A flat, so watch. They're related.
Look at his hands.
Right? Here, 2 black keys, white key in the middle, A flat, same thing, 2 black keys, white key in the middle. Okay? Try that, please. E flat, 2 black keys. E flat, B flat, and then you're gonna put white key in the middle. Play 3 of them together. Good. Very, very good. And then you're gonna go to A flat. Frosty the Snowman had a flat. That's B flat. So make sure you go to A flat. Do the outside fingers first, yes, and then you put that in the middle. Back to E flat. Quickly, do the outside fingers first, yes. Outside finger, good. Back to A flat.
Same place you just were.
Where's A? Flat. A flat means going down, right? Good. The outside fingers, good. And we'll do that as a B flat 7. I'm gonna make you play the 7 here. I'm not gonna give you a choice. So play your B flat chord. It's B D F. B flat D F. Play that together for me. D F. Good. Now that's not gonna be enough, right? What you're gonna have to do is add. Can you do that? Have tiny hands? Close, close, close. So what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna do it in your right hand. So put your foot down. Do it in your right hand. So play the B flat chord in your right hand. F, F. And then with your left hand, you'll just add it. Yes. Okay. The B. You can try that. Yeah, your hands are a little bit too small, right? Yeah. Now, what I'm gonna do is I can make the chord smaller, right? But you need to know that that's the root of the chord. So you guys can invert the chord. obviously that inversion is a poor inversion for her. It's perfect for people that have like thumbs, right? Well, big thumbs, right? Because then you just play with your thumb. You play 2 notes with your thumb. That's like the easiest jazz trick. It's just that they're kind of far. You know, this is the same distance, so she'll be able to do it if it was like on white keys. But since it's black keys, it's just a little bit more. So yes, so watch what we do. Listen, Frosty the Snowman, Frosty the Snowman, da 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 bum 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 bum, ba da da bum 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 bum, ba da da bum 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 bum, ba dum dum, da da dum 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 dum, ba da da bum bum, ba da da bum bum, ba da bum bum. Now I know there's more, but we'll go until right there. Okay. Now, what we're doing is you're gonna do and the way that this is gonna work, very, very simple, right, is this is 4, 2.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2. We'll call it 8. It's easier to do it if we call it 8. Bum 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 bum. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And this is 8. Right. Now all we're doing is counting out the notes. Right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why I did it like that. So each beat, each count upwards, she'll play 1 note out of the chord.
Okay.
Starting with left and right, and we'll do that right now. So this is E flat, right? And put your E flat in your right hand. Now you gotta make your right hand a chord. Good. So play your right hand chord. That's E flat. Close. Go ahead. Okay. And you just play. Now, good. But you're not gonna play it 1. You're gonna play. Yes. 2, 3, 4. Then you're gonna go to what? A flat. But that hand has to move. Right hand has to move. Left hand does not have to move. So take your hand and move it to just your right hand. Right? You move it to A flat. That's your outside. That's your middle. Da, 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 da. But you're gonna play da, da, and then you're gonna you only do it for 4. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to. Back to E flat. Outside fingers first, always. Yeah. Back. No, you gotta go back to E flat. Da, 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 da.
Now back to A flat. Jump back.
A flat right there. You go back. Yeah. It's not A flat. Where's A flat? Thumb has to be on A flat. Where's A flat at? Good. Put the thumb there. Outside fingers. Good. And then back to. Thumb, relax. You're already here. That's watch. E flat and what?
A flat.
Yes.
So you don't have to move that hand around.
So you don't have to move. What you'll have to move is E flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, E flat, A flat.
And
so
on
let's do them.
this hand, you just use those fingers and let it rest there. You
Yes,
just
ma'am.
switch fingers.
So try your E flat with your left hand. Play it. Good. A flat. Good. Then B flat. Close. B flat's right there. You go. Right. Do you see how all your fingers are right there? You don't have to work. You don't have to work too hard. right? And you don't want to work too hard. Now play E flat in your right hand. You're gonna start, relax your hands, right? You always do outside, then inside. And I know you like to use second finger, so that's fine. I've seen you do that on your chords a lot. So you can put second finger in there if you want. Just play your chord in your right hand. Just right hand chord, E flat. Good, now move to A flat. Move that hand to A flat. Don't worry about your left hand. That's not A flat. You gotta remember where A flat is. Good. Yeah, put thumb there. Outside fingers. You don't have to do your left hand, we're just doing right hand. Good, and then you're back to E flat. Back to A flat. Take your time. That's not an A flat. Good. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I know that that's a new chord for you, and so of course we'll be working on it. Now, before she does arpeggio, which she's doing the arpeggio is fine. You want to make sure that she blocks. Block just means together. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Play it as a whole.
Play it as a whole, exactly. So just let her block them. These are new chords to her, and she's still getting used to the jargon of the word flat, the word sharp. I think she prefers sharp 100%. I know that she does, but it's not a big deal. She's new to it, and so the more time you spend, don't spend it getting mad at her necessarily. Just spend explaining it to her, right? I know it's frustrating that she has such a talent, and then she's not using it the way that she should. But she's still young, right? She's still young. It's still a tiny. So use the words, right? But you don't have to worry about her necessarily comprehending them per se, right? She understands the ideas very, very well. That's what's important. The practicality of her playing is good. It's just she may not understand what she's playing, which is fine, right? So use the word block. Are you staring at me? Are you using some kind of superpower on me? Like
So,
stare.
Block is
Block
the
just
chord.
means together.
Playing.
Yes, playing the chord together, right? Or sometimes you'll hear a teacher tell a student, hey, just block it. So it's not necessarily a chord. It just means that you'll have, let's say, an arpeggio written out in front of you, right? And rather than play the whole arpeggio, you would just block the left hand, right? So just play it together. That way you can see what chord you're playing, right? They had a song that Marty was working on, How Great Thou Art, right? And they had like a very, very complex moving left hand. You know, it did like something like that, right? If I asked him to block that, he would block it like that.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? And he would say, oh, okay, and then I would ask him, okay, well, what chord is that? Right, and obviously it's a B flat chord that's just repeated up, right?
Okay.
And so then he would know from then on, oh, that's a B flat chord. So whenever he plays it, right?
It's not playtime.
Together.
If you want to decorate the tree with Jamie later, you need to settle down and pay attention. Turn around.
So these are our basic Frosty the Snowman chords.
She's gonna come.
Frosty the Snowman, 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, 5. Right? Very, very simple progression. I would like, if we're gonna go this route, I'm gonna make Marty learn the Frosty melody and have him write it out and give it to her, right? So that they can both work on it. So I want you to know the melody, which I'll make Marty write out. I think that'll be a good exercise for him.
Yeah.
And I'll tell him specifically to write them in flat.
Settle down.
Okay, and then let's just do Jingle Bells really quick. What we'll do is we'll do Jingle Bells in the key of
F major.
yes. Now, are you listening? We're gonna do Jingle Bells the same way, right? So watch. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Can you do that? Oh yeah, F chord. Good. Yes, but in your left See how we're almost making an F chord here? Relax. 1 and 5, right? So you're gonna play 1. No, you leave the middle out. It's only the what? What do we call that? The what? The outsides, right? So you're only gonna play the outside. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. B flat, and then we're gonna go to B flat right there. What's your B flat chord? Play your B flat chord in your right hand first. Quickly. You've been practicing this, right? No, you remember? Yeah, no, that's E flat. Remember your B flat chord? We play it like that. Oh, what? Yeah. Here we're gonna go to B flat and what? Go ahead. Oh, what fun it. Back to F. Go back to F. It. F. Where's F? Yeah. You're gonna do it F. There. Go back to F. Good. It is to ride in a pause. C. Go to your C. C. Right hand. C in right hand. Do always C in right hand first. Where's C? Remember how to play C? C chord. You gotta play your C major chord. There you go. Good. Now watch. Since we said that the note is C, we have to move our hands to C. Go. Horse, open sleigh, hey. Then back to what? Does it sound like it's going back to? Yes. So move this. You're gonna move pinky back to F in left hand. Quickly. Where's F? Good. And F chord in right. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. B flat. Yes. Take your time. But then you have to move. Yes, good. That's right hand. What about your left hand? Tell me. You're not gonna copy. Yes, good. The bottom finger has to go to whatever note I call out in your left hand. It has to be at the bottom, right? Even though that's not how this hand is doing it. It doesn't matter. Left hand is different from right hand, right? So don't treat them the same. Good. Ready? I'm ready. Oh, what? Is that the note that just went? Ah, there you go. Oh, what fun it. Back to fun it. Back to what? Going back to F. It. F chord in your right hand. Is to ride in a what? In a C. You know the C right there. In a one-horse open sleigh. Back to C. You gotta move the pinky there. Yes. Now she knows what notes she needs to play. Right? She'll do them inverted. She'll do them inverted. So she'll do like a C, because she was going for G and C. So she knows what note she needs to play. Don't let her invert the left hand, because she already inverts her right hand chords. And that's what I was telling that. I was like, you need to teach her root position chords, and then let her know that those are inversions.
Right.
Because if she doesn't know, then
She will assume.
right, exactly.
And it's a different sound.
Right, it's a different sound, and her knowing inversions is actually harder. If that makes sense.
Prettier on every chord if you do this.
It does. Good. You're learning something. It does sound
It's like
better.
someone learning cursive before they learn to print. I get it.
Yes, very, very much so. And what you don't want her to do is learn how to just read in cursive, and then when she sees print, she's like, okay, well, what is this?
Right.
Uh,
And the simplicity of it is become difficult.
Simple. So the left hand is using a simple 1, 5.
Don't bump that.
Right, and what I mean by 1, 5 is just 1, 5, 1, 5. It's the root position chord, right? And you're just leaving out the third,
Okay.
right? So F, B flat, C, right? In her right hand, she's using the same similar chords. And we're almost done, because you gotta go to the drum lesson, right?
Yes.
Single 1, 5. In the right hand, all we're doing is Fs, B flats, and Cs. Now what you'll see is that I'm focused more on teaching them chords than I am on melody, because they can sing. She can sing the melody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that doesn't matter. And if
That
she
you don't need the filler because the voice can fill.
Right. The voice can fill. So as you're going through that, what I don't want to do is write out like a cheat sheet like this. Now this was done for this particular song because I know that she doesn't like flats, right? For Jingle Bells, I would like her to hear those changes. Right, so okay, I'm done on F right now. There's another chord that I need to go to. I only have 3 choices, right? And I'm on one of those choices.
Right.
So what do I need to change
you got a
to
50-50
next?
here.
Right. Yes, exactly. I would want her to work on that. That's
Okay.
more important for her.
Just hearing it in her own voice
Right,
and
then
making
knowing,
it.
okay, this is the change that I need to make.
Okay.
Right. That'll be very, very simple for her. To run through that. So one still relies on what we did, right? The other puts her in a completely different key, in flats, which she's not as comfortable.
Okay, so we will work on Frosty doing the 8/4/4 thing
That is correct.
and having her sing along with that, and that's more like hearing the beat and keeping with the.
Yes, so she can start them blocked, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then she can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Which would be the arpeggiated version, which just means that she's separating them.
And then with the Jingle Bells, that's more.
That's all blocked, and
Blocked
that's more just
and
that's
hearing
more,
the
that's
changes and the-
100% more hearing the changes. The only thing
Hold
that
on,
we're
Sally.
adding in the
My
left
turn.
hand
Wait,
is that she's doing the root position chords in 1/5
one if I'm
in the
skipping
left
it.
hand.
Yeah, got
Right. She can do her inversions in the right.
it. Don't bump this.
She needs to make sure that she has her.
Hold on.
Did she already run off? Okay.
She
This
did.
is
I'll
hers.
take it.
No problem.
Right, I'm gonna